Hey everyone, Matthew here, and in this video, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of Klue's AI Interviewer and how it works for seller market intel. So, AI Interviewer gives teams faster, more consistent way to understand what's happening out there in the field, what reps are hearing, what they're struggling with, what objections are coming up, and where deals are getting stuck. So what I'm going to do is move to the AI Interviewer part of the win-loss app, and I'm going to select seller market intel. I'm going to call this major competitors. And what I want to do is interview my sellers about which competitors are they struggling to position against and defend against themselves. Okay, so I've created my new seller intel AI interviewer, and it's going to load up 4 questions ready to go. This is going to conduct a good 5 to 10 minute interview that's going to dive into top competitors, why buyers like them, dislike them, and any product feedback they have. Of course, if you want to customize these questions, you absolutely can. You're going to get a share link that is ready to send out to sellers so you can start collecting data and see that percolating into Klue right away. Okay, let's see what this interaction looks like in the wild.
Hello, I will be your AI interviewer.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hey there, I'm really glad you could join me for this chat. We're looking to get some insights on the competition. Let's dive right in. Being in sales, you're constantly facing various competitors. I'm curious, who would you say is the major competitor you find yourself up against most often?
Oh, it has to be Pied Piper Tech.
Pied Piper Tech, huh? They're definitely a big name. What is it that makes them such a tough competitor for you?
They have just a very aggressive sales team who are willing to shoot down any claim that we make. So they will feed fear into prospects. They will make up stuff. It's just really hard to compete with them. And they have a good brand name.
Sounds like a challenging environment. Having a strong brand name can definitely add to their influence. Can you tell me a bit more about how their sales tactics specifically affect your sales process?
Yeah, so one that they do a lot is that they will tell buyers to ask us certain questions, really nitpicky questions about like integrations and real specifics. And it's so crazy. You can kind of tell that your buyer just comes back to you and they have just tons of questions.
That does sound pretty intense, having to handle such detailed inquiries all the time. How do you usually respond to these situations when the prospect comes back with those nitpicky questions?
Oh, you're always on the back foot. You aren't sure if they really care or whether it's just a bit of a trap. And when you ask your prospect whether, like, why they're asking, I think you always come off a bit defensive.
Yeah, I can imagine how tricky that must be to navigate. When you're facing this type of interrogation, are there any strategies or tools you found helpful to steer the conversation back to your strengths?
Okay, so I've jumped into Klue so you can see that data in action. So it's made its way as soon as a seller finishes an interview, the data makes its way into Klue where it's automatically tagged and analyzed. So I've jumped into a competitor theme page, and what you can see is that there's a lot of negatives about this competitor. While people like their POCs, their pricing, their service and support, and difficulty to use is coming through as a major weakness. This is something that we should be calling out more often and win more deals with it. Okay, so here's a taster of seller market intel and how you can achieve this with Klue AI Interview.